The first thing we do when we get a unit in to test is we check that the serial number, part number is correct. The first on the side of this unit is PE 725. M indicates the size of the windows. This unit is medium-sized windows. 7 wide by 2 high, that's how it's structured. There's 7 windows wide, 7 cells wide by 2 high. 6T indicates the tar, that's a 6-button tar in this unit. 26 active points. SL indicates the LED display. R indicates that this unit comes with a repeat relay standard. FC 125, that's the voltage of the field contact units. The field contact are 125, that's what you feed in to activate the alarm inputs. G indicates that this unit has group follows inputs, that's a special feature for some annunciators. And PU indicates that it's a Puleo electronics unit. The first 4 screw terminals are the power input and the alarm input. The first 2 are the negatives. First one is the negative 24 volts. The next one is the negative for the voltage for the alarm input. In this case, it's 125 volts DC. The next 2 screw terminals are the positive 24 volts. The next one is the positive for the alarm input, positive 125 volts. So in this case, negative 24 volts, negative 125, positive 24, positive 125. Puleo Electronics has a written test procedure for our technicians to follow when they test every 725. It's a 4-page written 725 test procedure that they follow when they test every unit. The first thing is to verify that the power input, alarm input is correct. It matches the serial number on the side of the unit. And once we've done that, we can go ahead and turn on the 24 volts, which will power the unit, and acknowledge. We can power the alarm inputs. We can press the test button, lamp test, system test. We could mute, acknowledge, and reset. At this point, we can test that our voltage is still maintained, 24 volts. In this case, it is. Verify that our alarm input is maintained at 125 volts. It is. So this unit, at least on power up, has maintained its voltage and has acknowledged and lamp test and all the system tests reacted properly. Okay, so we've powered up, we've verified that it responds to all the buttons on the front. Now we're just going to take a jumper and we're going to short a few inputs and verify that they work. And reset. And we'll just do this with a couple of points and verify that they work. We're getting the proper response from all these units, and they do properly work. The next thing we do in the test mode is verify the programming of each point. One quick note is to take out the point just above the tar. And if you do that, it makes removing the tar much easier. If you see there's 2 points right above the tar, put your screwdriver in there and wedge out the tar. And you see the tar here has a configuration button. If you move this configuration button down, you'll see you're now in the program mode. We're on point number 1 and we're at function number 0, and the status of that function is off. And so we're off, and we can move the functions to the function 1, 2. 2 is on at this point. It's on for all of the different points, and that's why they've all come on. And we can move to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and as we move around, this light will come on and indicate which functions are on for which alarm points. And we can go out of the configuration mode, and the alarm points are configured. There are 23 total different functions that can be configured on or off, and then you can indicate which points have which functions on or off. And you can put it back into the active mode. Typically here at the factory, for the standard customer, we put on F10, F14, F18, F21, F22, F23, F24. F10 is the first out sequence, F0, F14 is the first up for Group A, F18 is the repeat relay, follows the alarm logic, F21 is Group A, critical group relay, F22 is Group B, non-critical group relay, F23 is horn A, is the critical group relay for that alarm point. F24 is horn B, is the non-critical group relay. So that's the default programming for the standard customer. One thing we do here at Puleo Electronics is we test every alarm point that the current draw on every alarm point is correct. So we go point by point and we test that we have the right, in this point, 0.94 milliamps per point. We test them. 0.94, 0.94, and we go point by point testing that, verifying that we have the right current draw on every point, and that indicates that the right alarm PC board has been put into every position. That way we know we have the right board into the right position. And we test the response to every repeat relay, that it's open when it's supposed to be, and it's closed when it's supposed to be as well. And we go point by point and test the response to every point when an alarm input is simulated. One thing we have here at Puleo Electronics is a test setup to test the horn A, horn B, Group A, Group B response to the relays. And so as we go point by point with a jumper to short each alarm input, we can see if the horns or the Group A relay outputs are tripping. So if we go to point number 1, we can see that the horn A has tripped, the Group A, Group B has tripped. I hit acknowledge, and one goes out and the others go back on. And so that's the proper response the way we've programmed this unit. And there it is when the point goes out. So that's the proper response for this unit. Okay, so now we've gone point by point. We've tested the programming on every alarm point and verified that it matches what the customer has wanted. We've tested the alarm inputs. We've tested the response to the relay outputs. We've verified that the current draw on every alarm point is correct, and we've let it burn in for 24 hours. We've gone back, we've retested every alarm point, and everything is working properly on this unit. We've tested the voltage at the alarm input. The current draw is correct, and the voltage on the power and both the alarm input. And everything is exactly the way the customer has asked for it. The customer has also asked us to mark this alarm point, power fail to alarm input circuit, check 1 amp fuse. We've done that. If the customer needs anything marked on the alarm front panel, we do that for them. They should just let us know at the time that they order, and we'll do that. And so this unit has been fully tested and is ready to ship out the door.